Hi folks, we just thought it might be useful to show you how to fit an ambulatory blood pressure monitor. So you'll be familiar that we can do this as a service on top of the BP Clinic Check in many of our stores. So a couple of top tips and pointers as we go along just to help you fit the machine. So you'll find here we've got the ABPM box with all the equipment in here. The actual monitor itself comes inside the little pouch, so we'll be using that shortly. And of course, we're using this after we've completed the clinic BP check and when it's appropriate for our patient to have an ABPM as a part of their ongoing care. So not for every single person, but for the people where it's most appropriate. So the very first thing I'm going to do is take out the cuff. So we've got two cuffs in here. The kit itself comes with a medium size and a large size. And the first thing we want to do with our patient, and thank you very much to Abby, who is our willing volunteer here, is you can use this little cuff guide size chart that comes in, and it's really straightforward. Obviously you would do this normally next to the skin, but just for the demonstration we're doing it this way. And you can see here it gives us the large cuff reading, so it's always worthwhile using that little measure so you can select the right cuff. There is a cuff guide on the actual cuff itself as well. Then what we'll do is ask our patient to place their arm through the cuff itself. This is the large one that I've selected. So Abby, if you could put your arm through there, that'd be amazing. Thank you. Again, we're doing it over the skin just for, or over the clothing just for demonstration purposes. Unlike a normal BP monitor, the tube goes up. Normally it would go down. And the key thing to look out for on the cuff is to make sure it's comfortable for our patient, but we want the mark where we're taking the blood pressure reading about 2 or 3 centimetres just before or just above the brachial artery. So I think we've got that in about the right place there. So we will simply pop the Velcro around and that keeps the cuff in one place. Now some patients might choose just to have the cuff on its own with the tubing, which will link up alongside the unit. But you will know, excuse me, if you've read some of the guidance already, that we have an opportunity to secure that a little bit more for our patients. So for our patients that might want to use these items as well, we can use the shoulder anchor strap. So the anchor strap is a little circular strap. It's got a button press on there. We're going to ask our patient to put their arm through that. Thank you very much, Abby. And we're going to place that just on the top of the shoulder. You can see we've still got part of the tubing here as well. So that's going to sit there for a moment whilst we get the second part of the strapping that we need, which is the shoulder strap. And the shoulder strap is again a loop strap with a longer piece on it. And with our shoulder strap, we're going to use this on the opposite arm. So let's place that through the arm of our patient here. And obviously we'd need to adjust it for our patient, but the shoulder strap then goes around the arm, across the back, and it clips onto the press stud as well. And with a real patient, we'd want to make sure that we've got this nicely next to the skin so it's comfortable for our patient as well. So if we move back round to the front, you can now see we've got the shoulder strap, the anchor strap, and around the back of the anchor strap there's a little D-ring clip, and if we line it up nicely to the actual cuff itself, you will see there's also a little hole on there for that D-ring clip to go into. So we'll clip those two together, and that's now making sure that the cuff in the right place is supported by the anchor strap, and that's supported by the shoulder strap. So as our patient is walking around, moving, carrying on with everything that they would normally do, that's going to help our patient retain the cuff in the right place. And then all we need to do is connect the tubing and then place it onto the patient. So you'll find a long tube comes with the unit itself. There's a couple of these. All we're going to do is connect those up. It snaps into place on there. We're for now going to place that around the back of our patient. Just let that drop down for a moment whilst we get the ambulatory unit. Here's our unit. Comes inside the little pouch. So the unit's just inside there. And what we're then going to do is place this onto the opposite arm to the one that we are measuring. So we'll just place that on the arm. Abby, we're going to place this just over your head as well so that it goes across at a diagonal. And that almost then loosely places itself at the front. We will take our tubing and we'll simply attach that to the unit itself. So you can see that just attaches in the side, and then all of that goes quite snugly inside our pouch. You'll notice that the actual equipment itself comes with a few clear clips which allow you to clip as appropriately needed this tubing to the strapping for our patient. So these clips can be placed wherever you need them, and they come inside the little bag there. So let's just show you how they work. They're really straightforward. Let's put one of them on the strapping there, and you can see we've already got one of them just on the strap, and we simply clip that through. So you can use these in a couple of ways depending upon the needs of your patient, so that that's all nicely and neatly kept in place. So in summary then, what we've used here is our patient, Abby, has got the cuff on his left arm. We've got the ABPM unit inside the pouch on the right side. We've used the anchor strap to attach the cuff to the strap. We've used the shoulder strap across the back to attach that to make it more secure as well. And our patient is now able to go along and carry out their normal activities over 24 hours.